let's discuss what 10 degrees feels like. And
is it 10 out here?
It was this morning.
Yes, it was. My body temperature is not at 10 degrees right now. I will have you know.
Because he's been using his new toy. And look what my guy did. Look at this.
Some of it still needs split. Like these pieces here, a little bit too big to go into the fireplace.
Yeah, you think? Honey, you did good.
This will keep us going. And then as we start taking these, we've got 3 trees we're going to work on Saturday. 2 that are down and 1 that's dead. No leaves, nothing this summer, so we're going to take it down.
Over there.
So there'll be quite a bit of wood. I have no idea how to gauge how much we're going to need.
I know that we could have that whole building filled 4 times and it might be enough.
You think so?
Yeah.
4 times?
I don't know, Jim. We go through a lot of wood because we need a rocket mass heater instead of a fireplace.
Yeah.
You know what? While I'm out here, I just want to show this tree because one of our subscribers said that if we show this tree, somebody might be able to tell what it is. So it's got really dark leaves at the top that are turning, and I may need to show it closer. In the springtime, it turns completely white with beautiful flowers, and it's pretty gorgeous. It's very, very, very well shaped.
So if that picture's not enough, what do we need to do? Do you need to see the leaf shape, that type of thing?
Yeah, it's got almost little heart-shaped leaves.
Yeah.
They're.
You know what I'll do so you can add to this? When I'm out taking care of the animals, I'll go ahead and grab a branch off of it.
Cool.
So you can add that.
Cool. Oops. So, it's cold here, guys. Like, you know, cold, but
it's nice right now.
We feel really excited because the storm went past us.
Yeah, the big one that's hitting.
And they're getting
east
ice.
And south, yeah.
And we didn't. We'll take our snow.
Yeah, we'll.
And by Saturday, it's going to be 58. And then Sunday, it's going to be back in the 30s. But hey.
we'll see more days like yesterday and today, the last couple of days.
Oh, for sure.
But these have been kind of extreme. We've taken all the precautions. Everything's fine. No frozen pipes. We've been warm.
Yep.
So it's all good.
Everything's good.
You're going to sit forward and I'm going to sit back?
I want to sit by the furnace. There. See? See, if you sit up here, you can put your hands on it.
I don't need to put my hands on. My hands in my pocket.
We have a subject that we would like some help with.
We're always asking for help.
I know, but you know,
it's not that we're asking for help.
No,
we're asking for other experiences.
They're so amazing.
Shared experience.
I don't even know that I'm asking for help, and then all of a sudden I get all of these wonderful ideas, and I'm like, whoa, we never thought of that.
A lot of what we're doing and being faced with right now, other people are doing already.
And
they've had it in the past, and they've learned things that we have yet to learn.
So
and
tell us.
Sharing is great. Sharing is great.
Okay, so this morning it was 11 degrees when we woke up and went down to 10, maybe 9, but at least 10.
What did it feel like? You didn't even go outside in the morning.
I did. Actually, I did go outside to get the herbs out of the garden.
Some of them were frozen, some of them weren't.
They were still good in my broth that I made.
Yeah, okay, very good.
Anyway, when I went outside, it was warmer outside than it was inside, and that is the subject of this discussion. So those of you who have bought old homes know that old homes, any home needs heat. So what kind of heat did we have in here when we moved in? 3 sources, right?
Fireplace.
Uh-huh. With an insert.
Right,
so that's a nice one.
Insert. There was a furnace that didn't work.
Right. It had 3 vents. The furnace was here, and one vent went into this, one vent went there, and one vent went there. Nothing came to the back rooms at all.
Right.
Okay. And then we had, what was the third one?
I mean, it had vents, but...
They said it didn't work. Cost a lot and didn't work. And it didn't have Freon in it. It didn't have anything that was, the air conditioner was hooked to it and stuff.
Yeah.
As you know, we had the Holler family take that one out. And then we had a gas wall heater.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which sort of worked.
Sort of worked.
And then as we got looking into it, it was one of the lower end models with lots of concern about CO2. So kind of scared us. I mean, you know, a flame inside the house and burning in that, I can...
I mean, there's good gas ones, and the guy said it wasn't the worst, but, you know, whatever. So we took that out.
Wasn't worth the gamble. And in fact, about the time we were doing that, someone we were aware of had a leak in their basement, and one of them died and the other one was very sick for a while. So just why chance it? So we still have it, but we're not using it in the house.
So we have space heaters. Electric space heaters. We have the radiator kind, which is oil filled, which is sitting in front of me right now. And we have two little space heaters. Well, one of them, when it hit this cold, we needed to put in the well house. And the other one we needed to put down in the crawl space to keep the plumbing good. Because cold is cold.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we keep the water running at night. So that left us with this little radiator one and the fireplace. And before it got super cold, the fireplace was doing amazing. You'd walk in the house and go, whoa.
Yeah, keep in mind, you know, we have 3 separate crawl spaces under the house. One of them's been sealed up. The other 2 have not been. I mean, partially, but not completed. We just didn't get to that project. So there's a bit of cold airflow still going on there. And so it's going to come from outside to under there and creep up into the house. So, and
then we have the attic that comes down in the fireplace room, and the heat likes to go up there and then go straight out through the roof.
You know, we're assuming that that's what's happening. When I've gone up there, it's been cold up there while it's been warmer down below. So I don't...
Except for last year when we went up there one time. It was really weird.
It was different. It was,
so bottom line, today was cold. We went through a lot of wood. We put this little furnace in the office.
Say, we knew this was coming. There were several things that needed to happen, and we kept working at the most important ones on the list, and we just didn't get down the whole list. There was so much that we couldn't get to all of it.
It's kind of like when I was in college. I could only do what was due right then. I couldn't think about something that was due 3 weeks from now because I still had things
wasn't time.
So whatever had moved to the top, well, that's kind of the way we're living our life right now.
I think that's the way a lot of people live their lives. You know, you take care of what's in front of you. You want to plan. You know that you need to plan. You take care of what has to be done right now, and the day comes to an end.
That's true. So this is our question to you, who have lived without central heating. Now, let me just say this.
Let me insert right here.
Please.
About our planning.
I was just going to say our planning. We have plans. We have great plans.
Eventually, we're going to be enough ahead on things here, and we're not going to be behind like we are. We'll be able to plan things in accordance with what we're capable of doing instead of having a lot that needs taken care of. That there's just not time to get it all done.
Is it going to get to that point?
Yeah, we're going to get caught up. I'm totally confident in that. But, I mean, we haven't been here a year yet.
No, we haven't. We haven't even been here 7 months.
If we work constant in between, you know, the daily chores and work requirements and those types of things, if we worked constant, we've got, I think, like 2 years' worth of work here that has to get done. So we'd be foolish to think we could get it all done in 5 or 6 months with everything else still having to happen. That's the reality.
So eventually...
We knew that moving in. We accepted that.
All right. We knew it was going to be bad. We didn't know how bad.
Well, yeah, that...
Come on, you did not know how bad.
And I guess that's kind of what's tempering things, is that every task we touch requires a lot more of us than at face value.
In fact, now we're just like, well, I could do that, but I know that we're going to have to do this and this and this and this, and I don't even know what those are yet.
Yeah, yeah.
So that said, we do plan to get a gas range. At that point, we will connect the propane and use the propane and find a good gas wall heater that can go in the kitchen area that won't, so that our electric bill isn't through the roof.
Right.
So that will do that, but that's eventual. So we've seen the 2x2 foot flat heaters that go on the wall. Has anybody used those? There's several different kinds of heaters. And right now we're just going to be getting...
But those are all radiant heaters, you're saying, the ones that go on the wall.
Yeah.
When you say there's different kinds...
Well, there is one... Yeah, I mean, it looks almost like it's got a flame, but the one of them does, but...
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but that's what we're looking at is electric.
So what is the best space heater and or wall heaters that you guys have gotten that you could share with us so that we don't buy something that's going to cost us an enormous amount every month? Because like one of the wall heaters was only 450 watts and they said it was a third of the cost of electricity as a normal space heater. So that's one thing we're looking at. Anyway, I thought...
But you probably need 3 of them to do the same job. I don't know. And really, the longer term idea that we're kicking around for heating is to do a in-floor radiant heat.
With the water running through.
And using an outside wood burning...
rocket mass heater.
Rocket mass heater for doing that. So...
Which they say uses about 1/10 of the amount of wood.
It sounds good. I've started doing some reading on it, and a lot of people think it's great. Some people, the one negative article I looked at, he was talking really about the industry and not so much the concept. The concept was still right, but it's the implementation by the companies that are selling systems.
I'd like to actually know, does anybody out there have the in-floor water tubes running through your floor connected to a heater outside? I mean a fuel, what is it? Pump?
It's a heater.
Heater?
Yeah.
The wood fed. Does anybody have that? It's the ideal in our mind,
What's
what we
the
want to do.
What are the pros and cons that you're bumping in? The reality. I mean, we understand the theory, But anyway.
You chopped one lot of wood today.
Yeah,
And you found some harder wood that burned long.
Oh, yeah. This is a great question. I wish I could show it to you. I don't know that I have any pieces. Anyway, one of the we had some wood that was dropped off when we first moved in, and I don't know where it all came from, but there was one log. When I went to cut it up, the color, it was a yellow color. The wood was a yellow color. And super hard. Very hard. The fibers really hold on. I mean, one of them, as I was splitting it, the splitter was almost all the way through, and there's, I think, maybe 1 inch wide that hadn't split off, and it was so hard. It was very hard wood. And as we burned it burned for a long time. Yeah, it burned for a really long time. And it was, good blue flame coming off of it. It was pretty amazing. But a yellowish wood, I haven't looked that up to see what it might be. And we have, and I've never seen that color of wood. The wood that was dropped off here for us was all cut up. The wood that was real big, that's been here for years. Right, right. Well, this is one of them that was cut up. It was a block that was. Oh, okay. So, but I'm going to have to talk to the person who dropped it off and see if he knows what kind of tree it came from. It was almost like it was dyed. I mean, but it was all the way through the whole thing. It wasn't just, and when it split, it was very dark, a very, very dark wood. So, when you're cutting across the grains, it shows yellow, but when you split it, it was like a really extremely dark brown. Make a walnut then. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it was, but okay. Maybe that's enough description. You can help us. It's very distinctive. We want to be warm, but we were cold. Yeah. We are dressing in big, long layers. And I'm okay dressing in layers because I would much rather dress up than have a humongous,
utility bill. And like I say, it's going up. You know, this is just...
Well, I keep thinking about the place we lived in there in southern Utah, and you know what we put up with there. This is far and away better.
And in Germany, we lived in an old farmhouse, and the walls were 2 feet thick. 2 feet thick. And we would get frost on the inside of the walls going up. It was so cold.
Well, you know, those of you who lived in Europe, and especially Germany, you know that the rooms are individually heated. And typically heating doesn't happen except in the rooms where you're going to be.
And that's why we're kind of doing it right now.
Well, it truly is. I mean, you know, with the exception of plumbing and certain areas where you worry about it being too cold and causing problems, but you don't need to heat the whole house. You heat where you're going to be. And, you know, plus their rooms, they typically had smaller rooms, so it wasn't as much to heat.
So we need to let them know. Are we going to do our live on Thursday or Friday? Do you want to do it on Friday again?
You know, that worked out really well for us.
Okay.
That would be a good one.
Friday at 5. Let's try that again.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you then. And we'll probably put another video out between now and then, but we'll see. No promises.
Yeah. I know we have one we're working on that was pretty fun. Is that the one you're putting out with this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good. And we do have a couple of collaborations that we need to work on. People we've talked to who've agreed to collaborate with us.
Not the collaboration where you have 5 people name and they do that. Not that kind of collaboration.
A couple different situations,
but we'll tell you about it tomorrow. Tell you about it tomorrow.
Oh, we need to develop them before we start making promises.
Well, yes. I haven't checked my email.
We need to make them happen, though.
Yeah. Really tutorials where we're going to help. Because we had an amazing live. If you didn't get to see our live last Friday, we talked a lot about caterpillar tunnels. And we met a couple. And we've corresponded back and forth. And we are definitely doing a collaboration
who are
them.
Using caterpillar tunnels.
Yes, they're using caterpillar tunnels. And they started it when they were our age. And they've been doing it for 5 or 6 years. And we're just so excited that, see guys, you gotta retire to the homestead. It's awesome.
There's more of that going on than I realized.
So cool.
I'm amazed every time that we uncover a little bit more.
We love it.
A lot of sharing going on with that, but a lot of great knowledge and a lot of people who, for the same reasons that we're doing it, they want to eat right, they want the food independence, and the self-sufficiency.
And the health that goes with it.
The health. So much of it is about health, because where do you go? Where do you go to be sure you're getting good food? You're getting tired.
I'm going to go to bed now. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye, guys.